The library was dead silent, a place long forgotten by the world. Dust clung to the shelves, and the air smelled of old paper and secrets. Arik, a curious boy of 16, often wandered through abandoned places, but this library felt different, as if it were waiting for him. As he moved deeper inside, his hand brushed against a book hidden behind broken shelves. Its black leather cover was cracked like dry skin, and there was no title, no author, nothing. When he opened it, the first page was blank. He laughed nervously. "Useless," he muttered. But then an urge struck him. He whispered, "Who placed this book here?" The blank page shimmered, and glowing letters appeared as if written by an invisible hand. "I have always been here, waiting for you." Arik's heart raced. He dropped the book, but the words stayed, pulsing with a faint light, as though the book was alive. For days, Arik returned to the book, testing it like a game. He asked about history, dates, wars, long-dead kings. The book replied instantly, with details no teacher ever mentioned. He asked about hidden treasures, and the book described places buried beneath ruins. It seemed harmless, even miraculous. But one evening, as rain lashed the library windows, Arik grew bold. He whispered a question he never dared before. "What will happen to me tomorrow?" The ink spread slowly, deliberately, as though the book wanted him to feel the weight of every word. "Tomorrow," it wrote, "you will meet the shadow that has followed you since birth." Arik froze. His breath quickened. He had never told anyone about the feeling, that strange, unexplainable sense that someone or something was always watching him. Is part 3. The Shadow Revealed. That night, sleep abandoned him. Every creak of his house felt like footsteps. Every shadow seemed alive. The next afternoon, on his walk home, he noticed it. A tall figure at the far end of the street, motionless, faceless, watching. Arik blinked, rubbed his eyes. But when he looked again, the figure was closer. Panic shot through him. He ran, heart pounding, lungs burning, until he slammed the library door shut behind him. Shaking, he opened the book and begged for answers. The pages shivered, as though breathing. Words scratched themselves across the paper in jagged ink. "The shadow is not your enemy. It is your truth." Arik felt cold crawl through his veins. His truth? What could that mean? He glanced at the darkened window, and there, in the glass reflection, he saw it, the faceless figure standing behind him. On part 4, the book turns dark. Arik spun around, but the library was empty. His pulse hammered in his ears. Desperation consumed him. He asked the book, "What truth do you mean? Who am I?" The ink bled violently, as though the book itself was in pain. The letters formed with unnatural force. "You are not the one asking the questions. You are the answer itself." The room seemed to shrink, the shelves looming taller. The lights flickered. Arik dropped the book, but it flipped its own pages, forcing him to read. He saw glimpses, scenes of his life written word for word, every memory, every fear, every secret he thought was his own. The final lines on the page chilled him to his core. "You were never reading me. I have been reading you." For the first time, Arik realized the book wasn't revealing knowledge, it was rewriting him. On part 5, the final question. Arik's hands trembled as he clutched the cursed book. He whispered the only question left inside him. "What happens if I stop reading you?" The reply came slowly, each word burning into the page, the letters smoking as if seared by fire. "If you close me now, your story ends here." The library lights flickered, shadows stretched unnaturally across the floor. Arik hesitated. If he kept reading, he might lose himself forever. But if he stopped, would he vanish into nothingness? He looked around. The figure was gone, or maybe it was now inside him. Arik closed the book halfway, his breath caught in his throat, and then, before the words could fade, the final line appeared. "You are not Arik, you are the story, and I am the one writing you." The library door slammed shut. The book snapped closed, and no one ever saw Arik again. Only the book remained, waiting patiently for its next reader.